We are moving now to consider the motion regarding the amalgamation of the parishes within Hastings, Riversley and Mahora. So that motion is number 9 in your order paper, and it's moved by Venerable David Van Overen and seconded by Warwick Dingle. So thank you, David. I can see you're unmuted. We'll hand over to you.
Mr. President, members of Synod, ko David Van Overen toku ingoa, no te Parish of Greater Hastings aho. For most of you, this might seem like a formality, a simple procedural motion, and at one level, you're right. However, this is about parishes, churches, congregations, faith communities. It is about people moving understanding of what it is to be the body of Christ in this place at this time. This is a conversation that has been going on for years. Anecdotally, I can date it back to a conversation between Bishop Murray Mills and the Reverend Monty Black. This current iteration probably started in 2013, but in earnest, it started in 2015 between Bill Bennett, Deborah Broom, Helen Wilderspin, and Tim Barker. Then this was picked up in 2016 by Ian Render and myself, and the rest is in your documents. The Anglican Parish of Greater Hastings, or whatever name it ends up being called finally, is made up of Christian communities in the heart of Hastings, encompassing St Matthew's Anglican Church in Hastings, St Peter's Anglican Church, Riversley, St Martin's Community Hall, Mayfair, Parkvale, Mahora, and Flaxmere. This motion presents to Synod an exciting, sustainable opportunity for ministry in Hastings in the future. I move the motion standing in my name.
Thank you, David. Recognise Warwick Dingle. Warwick, you're seconding the motion.
Thank you.
There we go.
Mr. President, Warwick Dingle, Greater Hastings Parish. I have much pleasure in seconding this motion. This motion enables us to have a lifeline to maintain the vibrancy and worship in the Hastings and its surrounds. We do thank the Bishop for his work in preparing the ground for a lot of this, but this is, I guess, a move against those dying parishes that we hear about so often. So I'm very happy to second the motion.
Thank you, Warwick. Thank you both. Are there any speakers to the motion? If you could indicate your intention to speak by using the reactions button and the raise hand function, please. Okay, I can see no indications of an intention to speak to this motion. Before I invite David to make any further comments as mover of the motion, just want to acknowledge with a deal of encouragement the work that we've done together across Hastings over the past 6-7 years now, between the various parishes, and how good it is to see this model coming to fruition. We've taken an approach in developing this style of being together as a parish by way of consultation throughout the parishes at the end of last year and then the beginning of this year, as you can see in the papers. I'm encouraged by the way that the members of vestry of each of the parishes have responded to various approaches from me and my team to encourage thinking. Equally, that the feedback that we've received from vestries and parish members has been very formative in terms of how we've constructed this particular approach. As I think I might have said in 2015, would have been around about that time with the review of the Ruahine mission project and ultimately the establishment of the Southern Hawke's Bay and Central Hawke's Bay parishes, that we were looking for new ways of approaching mission and ministry that were fitting for the context and the history of a particular place. We weren't going to use a cookie cutter kind of approach across the diocese. And this is another one of those examples where we've taken the context out of which ministry began in the Hastings area, developed and then more recently changed again to provide something that's more contextual just for that particular place. So my thanks to the wardens, the vestry members and the parishioners of both parishes, and also thinking about the vestry and members of St James Mahora who've been instrumental in this review period as well. David, is there anything else you want to add as mover of the motion?
As there are no questions, Bishop, I'd just like to end by simply saying that I want to acknowledge the work of particularly the recent wardens and vestries of both Mahora, Riversley and Hastings, and particularly the work of Bruce Allport at Riversley and Alistair Hendry in Hastings over recent years to make this a possibility to come to fruition.
Thanks, David. I'll move the motion. All those in favour, please tick the green tick. Those against, the red cross. And do that now, please. Thank you. That motion is carried. Excuse me. And that's very good news indeed.